resources are appearing, things will probably change.
I mean, listen, like, I mean, if there's no, you know, I don't like how, like, it was where I lived, it was all country, and then it just, everything's getting built up, there's nothing but houses, and I don't like that, but at the same time, it also seems to, especially if there's no wildlife going on, it seems like a waste of land. Let's go do something with it.
Here's the bottom line is people can no longer afford to build out. All of our building has to be up. You know what I mean? So like the days of living like people owning their own home and stuff like that, shit's gotta be, you can't just make the suburbs last forever. It takes up too much space. It takes up fucking farmland, takes up, important, like when you cut a tree down, like one big oak tree holds thousands and thousands and thousands of gallons of water, man, within its branches and its roots. And when you cut that tree down, that's water that runs off. You know what I mean? That's like fucking, and there's too much of that going on. And like Manhattan and Hurricane Katrina and all that stuff, that's fucking, those are all the warning signs that fucking this shit's real. Hurricane Sandy was 850 miles wide.
Yeah, I didn't think we got it too bad, but there was some problems. Like, a friend of mine came to.
But most hurricanes are 200.
My kids are up there with their friend right now, and their dad come and picked them up, and he was telling me he had a tree fall on his house, and he lives not very far from us. You know what I mean? So he had a tree fall right on his fucking house.
It was, and it's only going to get worse.
That's crazy. That's crazy shit.
There's things that gotta happen. Like, one thing that could help on the planet that really wouldn't be that expensive is if they started making roofs on buildings, houses and such. If they passed a law that they had to be white.
White? Why white?
Because it reflects the sunlight back into the air.
You're racist.
No, I'm not, Bobby. Like that's true shit.
I know, I'm just playing.
That's the big thing about the ice caps melting, is that the more ice that melts north and down south, that the water, the dark ocean, absorbs the energy from the sun and holds more heat, because the ice, white ice, used to reflect it back. That's true shit.
I think I feel like we need to start exploring because eventually, I don't care what anybody says, eventually the world is gonna run out of land to live on. There's gonna be so many people, and we're all gonna be fucking too close to each other. It's just gonna be a clusterfuck. So
what's gonna happen on this planet, probably more than anything, is people will end up fucking living in big fucking underwater cities.
That's where I was getting at. You see, great minds.
Some sort of fucking.
Great minds think alike.
Living on fucking plankton, fucking stew.
I say we start figuring out. I mean, we could. I'm sure we're at the point now where we could figure out ways to make underwater cities, and then even cities in fucking space and shit where. You got to go out. You're obviously gonna have to come out of the water and come out of space and go here to restock up and shit. But be able to supply with enough food to last for a while, and then you get trucks or whatever. Figure it out, man. Just figure it out. The first thing probably would be underwater to be more than living on the moon. Like, that's. We'd have to find a place where there's oxygen, or where oxygen.
Well, I personally believe that there's probably facilities on the planet, like probably right underneath the White House or wherever, that are designed to house and keep people alive in them, like sustained for extended, like fucking long periods of time. So maybe that will be the fucking hope of humanity. That they'll live underneath the fucking ground.
Yeah, living underground, man. I mean, they kind of have it anyway. You know, it's just it's not abundant right now to where it's open for the public. That's right now. That's just a place for the rich people to go when they think the world's gonna end. You know, to go fucking hide.
We know of Cheyenne Mountain.
What's that?
That used to be the missile command center there outside of Denver for fucking the United States, and it's like a whole complex built inside a mountain. It was supposed to withstand a nuclear blast. What
That's where they had the Stargate.
They built a tunnel through the mountain, Bobby.
That would be awesome to live live under a mountain or in a mountain.
And then off to the side, like in the center of the mountain, they went sideways. So even if there was an explosion outside the mountain, that blast would go through the tunnel, but it wouldn't hit the door, you know what I mean? It would blow by it rather than hit it head on. And nobody really knows how big that fucking place is, or how many of them they built. Nobody really knows, like, you know, I all seen the movies of when the nuclear warheads started coming out, like you guys have got nuclear missile bases all over your country, but where are they? They're all underground in big military complexes. And underneath drive-in fucking movies and shit. So.
Where do you want to dive today? Oh, no. I tried to Google living underwater. I just got diving shit.
People can't live underwater, Bobby. You gotta come up to the surface and depressurize and stuff, because when you live underwater, you gotta live in it's gotta be pressurized.
Look, right here. There's some images right here. There's images, no stories about it, but underwater, there's an underwater restaurant.
Yeah, but to live under the same as space, you can't go there for prolonged periods of time because the body fucks all up.
Oh, really?
Well, Jimi Hendrix said man cannot live and breathe underwater forever was the main complaint.
Well, why not? If you can produce oxygen, why not?
Because the human body is, through God's design, I guess, to avoid argument, or evolution, is designed to work at the atmospheric pressure that it is on Earth. And that's why, like, some people can't work down in Chile up in the mountains of that copper mine. They gotta hire locals. Because the locals are conditioned through fucking centuries of living there.
That's why I think it would eventually we could do it. We would be conditioned to handle it. Because I understand what you're saying. Eventually, that our bodies would take a toll on us. The first people who lived there, lived under there. But
your body's designed to have X amount of pressure on it to hold everything in the right place.
But I think eventually we could get used to living underwater in little cities underwater.
But you develop bubbles and stuff in your blood. And shit, crazy things start happening. And some guys bug out and shit. And up in space, you lose your muscle mass. Like a big problem with them being up in space is fucking with no gravity, is that they lose all their muscle.
I don't got no muscle mass anyway. I got no muscle mass anyway. What do I care? Well, we're gonna be going soon. I got a lot of shit up here to play, and I haven't played hardly any of it. But we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk a little more.
You're kidding.
Me, Duck, and Joe are gonna smooch on camera.
Awesome.
I'll be back right after this. I'm gonna drink a couple Red Bulls.
Yeah, what's up, Steve? Yeah, how's it going? What do you need?
Yeah, listen, man, have you seen Ted? I gotta give him these reports so he can track them up to the main office for me.
Yeah, that guy Ted, what a douche. I don't know, man. That guy's a nut. He just pounded 6 Red Bulls and started running up to the top floor, screaming like a maniac. He didn't even use the friggin' elevator.
What? Oh, shit, what the hell was he doing?
I don't know. It wasn't my turn to watch him.
Alright, man, let me go see what he's doing. Stupid friggin' Ted. Some idiots I work with. This goddamn son of a bitchin' job. He's going this friggin' elevator. Top floor. The hell's he doing in the top floor? Goddamn stoner. Knew he should have taken drug tests. Jesus Christ. Fucking Ted. Yo, Ted, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, man. I just had like 6 friggin' Red Bulls, dude. I'm friggin' got wings, man. I'm getting ready to jump off the top.
You can't do that, man. You're gonna die.
What, man? It says it on a commercial, man. And you know if it's on a commercial, it's true, man.
Ted, no!
Here I go, man.
Oh, fucking Ted. I'm not cleaning that shit up. Maintenance!
Don't let this happen to you. You cannot believe Red Bull really give you wings. This public warning announcement has been brought to you by Uncle Bobby Radio.
There's a lady who goes to the store that won't close, and she's shopping at 7-Eleven. Down the aisle she sees ding-dongs, beer and Friskies, and a Snickers really satisfies her. Make my Slurpee. If there's a penny on the counter, you can use it. Please pay inside before pumping gas. Dear Lebanese cashier, how I wish you spoke English. I just bought a big gulp from Ahmed.
Greetings! Perhaps you would be enjoying a beef jerky with your purchase of Hustler magazine. Do you require a spoon straw?
And you will find one down the road. Coffee and cigarettes to go. Twinkies from here to Tokyo. They've been robbed 8 times in a row. As the fluorescent lights glow, microwave your burrito. And she's shopping at 7-Eleven.
Shillbilly Internet Radio is an adult radio station intended for adults. We are not your guardian. We are not meant to be role models. We are here to entertain each other and people who think like us. If we offend you, that is your problem. Shillbilly Internet Radio.
Get ready to be molested. Perverts unite. Hello, my very impressionable teenage audience. I am Christopher Topless, and I will be starting a show here on Spreaker. It will be broadcasting from my dark dungeon studios in hopes to